put profits ahead of safety. This is USA Radio News.
I'm Captain Obvious, and Hotels.com rewards me basically everywhere I stay. Hey, so why am I outside my beachfront suite aimlessly leading a 40-guest conga through the streets of Myrtle Beach? Hey! Because Hotels.com lets me do me. Hey! And because once you start a conga, apparently it's impossible to stop. Hey! I have no idea where I'm leading these people. Hey! Hotels.com. You do you and get rewarded.
Hi, this is Wayne Alaroot. If you're an entrepreneur or small business owner or perhaps want to be one for the first time, listen up. Seeking non-doctor entrepreneurs to operate a niche medical clinic for erectile dysfunction with no needles, no medication, and no surgery. I tried it out myself to see if it works. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's an all-cash business. No insurance. The income potential is enormous. You need $100,000 liquid to get started. Go to medicalpartnership.info. That's medicalpartnership.info. Medicalpartnership.info.
Coming up in just about 30 minutes, Senator Joe Manchin will hold a meeting with Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Now, he is the first Democrat to actually sit down and meet with Kavanaugh. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham said there's no way that Kavanaugh doesn't get confirmed.
When it comes to Brett Kavanaugh, I have zero doubt he's going to be on the Supreme Court before the end of October. He's highly qualified, well-deserving. We're going to break the back of every Democratic effort to stop this good man from being on the Supreme Court.
New details are emerging in the case of missing Iowa University student Molly Tibbetts that could help investigators learn more about her disappearance. We're hearing now that she actually was home after her run that she went on and did some computer work. Mitch Mordovitt, Iowa Division of Crime Criminal Investigator, says why it's a good thing that this is finally a national case.
With Interstate 80, 4 or 5 miles south of town here, you can be anywhere in this country in a day and a half to 2 days. So we're very thankful that the national media has picked up this story.
You're listening to USA Radio News.
Metro Diner is the kind of place you're proud to take out-of-towners. It's the kind of place where last night is recalled over pancakes, where the portions are big, but the egos are small. Metro Diner cooks comfort food with flair. 3 locations to serve you: 2050 East Serene Avenue at Eastern, 249 North Stephanie at the 215 Freeway, and 7305 South Rainbow Boulevard at Warm Springs. Visit metrodiner.com.
Heads up, Las Vegas. Are you looking for things to do for both adults and or kids off the Strip? Get ready for hours of entertainment and adventure activities. With a one-of-a-kind trick-art museum, state-of-the-art escape rooms, and competitive cornhole leagues, you're sure to find a fun activity for everyone. We also feature unique DIY workshops, including succulents and wooden sign workshops. Be prepared to overload on experiences you won't soon forget. Come check out Heads Up, the newest attraction in Las Vegas, located at Boulevard Mall. Visit us online at headsupvegas.com. That's headsupvegas.com.
Join Large Vision Business Network Mixer as we build relationships, growing business-to-business connections while inviting consumers into our world of one-spot businesses showcasing. It all happens monthly at the Suncoast Hotel and Casino inside the Grand Ballroom. Enjoy business exhibits, special guest speakers, and the Chef's Corner with free tasty food samples. Plus, the first 100 attendees will receive $1,000 in savings off your groceries. For more information, visit lvbnm.com. Receive your discount admissions right here on KSHP Radio.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mull's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mull's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmullmeats.com. The thoughts and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program's participants and do not necessarily represent those of station staff, management, and advertisers.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality, Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas, and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
It's that time. It's time for Aaron's Hour.
Aaron's Hour.
your source for information, inspiration, motivation, and fun. If you're looking to talk politics or religion, this show's not for you. Aaron's Hour. Conversations with the opinion makers, movers and shakers, risk takers, and your phone calls at 702-221-7283. That's 702-221-SAVE. Aaron's Hour. Hosted by longtime Las Vegas broadcaster, author, motivational speaker, and member of the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame, Aaron Phillips. In seminars across the country, he's inspired and motivated thousands. Now he's going to inspire and motivate you, and he'll do it with passion, style, and his trademark sense of humor. Now, here's the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And welcome back to hour number 2. Aaron's Hour, 2 hours, one show, the best 2-for-1 value in Las Vegas, right, Danny?
Yeah.
Great hour. Want to thank Lisa Vasquez for coming in for hour number 1. A lot of great information. Find her on Facebook. She is there to help you. She knows her stuff. Now, those of you on Facebook, you see that the Chinese fire drill has once again come into the studio as we switch guests. Joining me in studio is I'm a big fan, having watched her on TV, just on Night Court, and we'll get into some of her background and what she's done, but I'm honored and pleasure to please welcome Miss Marsha Warfield. How are you?
I'm fine.
Get right into that microphone. Let them hear you.
All right, I'm fine.
There you go. I'm doing very well. And again, I want to thank you for coming in today. I'm honored that you've taken the time out. I know a very busy schedule. You do shows here. You're all over the place. What haven't you done in your life that you haven't done yet that you'd like to?
Very little that I'd like to. There's a lot I haven't done, though.
Right. So what's on your bucket list? What would you like to? What's on your bucket list? Give me 3 items off your bucket list.
World domination.
Okay.
And I like it. Richer than Oprah.
Oh, is that even possible?
I don't know, but I'd like to try.
There, absolutely.
I don't believe in dreaming small.
No, absolutely. Well, right. What's the old saying? If you reach for the moon, you fall among the stars. Worst case, right?
I think it's
backwards?
Other way around.
The other way around.
Reach for the
What do I
settle
know?
for the moon.
I'm Jewish. We go right to left, so I don't know how to read this stuff. Anyway, but thank you again for coming in. We're going to spend we'll spend some time talking about what you're doing, and of course your time on Night Court and Richard Pryor and all that other good stuff. But my listeners know at the top of hour number 2, I usually like to do lists, top 10 this, Vegas or always. But I found, of course, as a warm up to your coming on today, there are a few articles out there about the old show Night Court.
Just a couple.
By the way, how close were you with Harry Anderson? Because we just lost him within, the last year, I want to say, if my time was right.
Yes, it was a few months ago.
Yeah. What was your sentiments when you heard the news?
Oh, I broke down. In fact, as soon as I heard about it, I was in my car.
Really?
And I decided to do a little Facebook Live, little Facebook thing, and I just broke. I couldn't get through it. Harry was a good guy. He was a rogue. He was a lovable rogue.
Yeah.
He was a magician. He was a father. He was just a good guy.
And he was in his early 60s, wasn't he, roughly?
Yes.
Something like that?
So
and
Harry's about a year older than me.
Okay. And I remember reading the backstory on him. He, like you said, he was a magician, started on the streets, really. Yeah. And I remember watching him on magician shows at the time that he was guesting on, well before Night Court even started. And he was just you could tell he was from the heart. Anything he did, he was genuine, I think, in the show, yes?
Well, on Night Court, but Harry the Hat and his on-stage persona was a bit of a scamp.
That's true.
Peck's bad boy grown up.
That's true. That's true,
And he had that side, but he was still... it was an adorable scamp.
Yeah, he definitely was. And we'll talk about some of the other actors on the show in a little bit. I found one of these, because those who followed the show know you were not the original bailiff, and of course I'm referring to Night Court.
Right.
Selma Diamond was the original.
I wasn't the original bailiff on Empty Nest either.
That's really?
No, they had another bailiff before me. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just go around replacing bailiffs.
The bailiff replacing the bailiff.
You were a doctor on Empty Nest, right?
Yes.
You were the doctor.
I was going to say, though, Judge Judy,
Look out, Judge Judy.
Yeah, that's right. Judge Judy's bailiff, your days are numbered.
I would tune in just to watch that, just to see there's the bailiff. But in one of the lists that I found, and we're talking about that, is the caption on item number 6 here was that how you broke the bailiff curse.
Yes.
And I want to quickly read the quick information, because then it credits a quote to you that you shared with People Magazine at the time, and I'm curious if they got it right. So for the first 2 seasons, which was 36 episodes, Selma Diamond played bailiff Selma Hacker. In 85, she passed away at 64 of lung cancer. Florence, Halep, okay, replaced Diamond and played bailiff Florence Kleiner for 22 episodes, but she too in 86 passed away at 63, also from lung cancer. What was it? Lung cancer, my goodness gracious.
Cigarettes.
That's true at the time. Marsha, at the time, you were in your early age. I won't give the age then. When she was cast as Roz Russell, the next bailiff, and quote, this is the quote that was attributed to you. There's no way to say this without sounding callous, but if the 2 women before me had been 33-year-old black women, I would have been really nervous about taking the part, quote unquote, by People Magazine. Yeah. Do you remember saying that? I mean, that's quite a quote to kind of throw out there, especially at a time when things like that might have been a little taken incorrectly.
Well, there's always a chance people are going to take things incorrectly.
That is very true.
That's part of the business. But people ask you questions, you give them answers.
Absolutely. You know? And I love your straightforwardness. And I think that was a great response to that.
I'm just glad it was that quote and not one of the others I might have uttered.
Do you guys still stay in touch with the other parts of the ensemble, John and Marky Post and Richard Mullen, those guys?
Well, we had an unfortunate reunion when Harry passed.
Well, yeah, of course.
And got to see everybody. But, people are all over the country. They got families. They're doing all kind of things. And they're just like, any other, your last job or college roommate or whatever.
Distance and time.
You don't see each other, but you still maintain a friendship and a relationship.
Do you follow anybody and what else they're doing? Like Marky, she's on Chicago.
No, I don't really care.
Okay. Next question, please, Your Honor.
I already love her.
The defense rests, Your Honor. How about this? One of the other pieces of fact that came up, it was in the second season, so I don't know if you were probably not on the show just yet, but do you remember Michael Richards appearing on the show the season before you? From Seinfeld fame?
Yeah, I know who Michael Richards is. I've met him, but I
because he appeared naked on the show during an episode called
didn't
Take
we
My
all?
Wife, Please. Yes, that's true. That's a good point, yes. At one point. What was the connection with Harry and Mel Torme? Did he just love jazz that much that he brought Mel?
He loved Mel Torme.
Is it personally?
One of the highlights that I remember from being around Harry is when he was taping the last season.
Right.
He lived in Seattle.
Okay.
So he had to, commute and spend the week in Los Angeles for the show. So he said he had tickets to see Mel Torme, and he needed a date and asked me if I would go.
Oh, okay.
So we went to see Mel Torme, Harry and I,
How cool.
on a date. It was it was a very surreal experience.
Sure.
It was like living night court.
Right. So obviously, I remember on the set that Harry had a picture of Mel in his chambers, and then of course Mel did make an appearance on one of the shows.
He made
Numerous,
many appearances on the show.
How cool is that to have Mel Torme on the set with you guys?
We had a lot of guests
You did.
it was just we had Carson on, we had all kind of people. We had Brandon Tartikoff on.
Oh, I remember the NBC guy at the time.
Yeah. So
who was your favorite guest that showed of all time?
Burt Parks.
Why was that?
Because he just would not do what they told him to do. He kept looking at the camera. Every time he walked in, he would go, and this Burt Parks smile like we was about to announce Miss America. And we all perked up like it was going to be us.
That's right.
And so I thought that was fun.
Oh, my goodness. It's crazy. All right, so we're spending a few minutes here on Night Court, and we come back on the other side of the break, though, where I'm going to kind of go back a little bit. We'll kind of start how you got started with Richard Pryor and things like that and kind of bring us up to speed. But a lot of great stuff. I mean, if for those many people in the audience may not be familiar with Night Court, I encourage them to look it up, catch a couple episodes. It is good, clean comedy.
It is.
Well, at least on the camera. What happened when the cameras was off was a different story.
I don't know. I don't know if Dan would play in 2018.
That's right. Because, again, one of the facts I just read is his character initially was to be a conservative character. But that apparently changed shortly
apparently,
after.
and before I got there.
John Larroquette is probably, he's one of the great comedic actor. I can't think of any serious roles he was really ever in, but comedy acting.
Done a lot.
I remember him, of course, from the show, but Stripes, of course, he was in. I guess that was his big movie break when he was in Stripes, right?
Well, before that, he was on a series. I can't. He was a pilot on
Was he?
the World War II series.
All right, we'll have to look it up during the
Baba
break.
Black Sheep.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. I love that show. I forgot he was on that show.
And
wow.
and he did a lot of. He had 3 or 4 series after Night Court.
Makes a lot of guest appearances. West Wing.
So that's it. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And he won 4 Emmys.
Yes, he did. And I saw that he actually asked after the 4th year to have his name taken off.
Name.
Wow. Right. Wow. He actually asked off for Emmy nominations for his role as in
that
Night
was
Court.
really intimidating for me, walking onto a set with the guy, with the cast like they had.
Right.
I mean, these were actors. They were trained actors, and I was a stand-up comedian. And,
that's right. That's right.
It was intimidating.
Sure.
But Harry called me over to the bench. He said, "I don't know what I'm doing either."
There you go. On that note, we'll step aside for a break. More with Marsha Warfield, TV fame of Night Court. She hosted her own TV show for a while. We're going to talk about a little time she spent with a great comedian by the name of Richard Pryor. Right after this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Attention business owners. You will have wished you met her sooner when you realize you've been missing the #1 business solution to grow your business, the copywriter to know. Ivy Brooks wants to introduce you to the power that words have over your intended market. No matter the situation, writing is the key to delivering your message with accuracy and achieving the reaction you want. Ivy combines her copywriting skills with her vast knowledge of today's modern marketing successes and her business coaching. For more information, call Ivy today at 702-712-1712 or visit her website at thecopywritertoknow.com. Why not put your best words forward? Do you wake up every day with little aches and pains? Or worse yet, were you injured in a car accident? Were you injured just getting out of bed? If you said yes to any of the above, then you need to call Drs. Danielle Buddha and Jody Altman from the Centennial Wellness Center. Located in the Northwest Centennial Hills area, Dr. Buddha and Dr. Altman make sure that every treatment provided is tailored to your specific aches and pains. The entire staff is dedicated to making sure that the finest chiropractic care is given to each and every patient. Call 702-458-2225 to schedule your free consultation. Centennial Wellness Center, 702-458-2225.
Heart of Polynesia invites you to join the fun for their 10th annual Luau of the Fall on October 20th. The event will be held at the Magical Castle Banquet Hall located at 4339 Corporate Center Drive, Suite 100. There will be wonderful music, beautiful costumes, great traditional foods, and high-energy performances. Tickets are now available in advance by calling Tusi at 702-497-4398. That's 702-497-4398. Doors will open at 3 p.m. Tickets are going fast for the 10th annual Fall Luau hosted by Heart of Polynesia. Get your tickets today by calling Tusi at 702-497-4398. Mahalo. All right, welcome back. Aaron Zauer coming to you live from KSHP 1400 AM Las Vegas. Thank you for tuning in live on Facebook. Podcasts will be up on my website, aaronphillipsvoice.com, in the next 24 to 36 hours. Now in studio, let's get back to our guest. Miss Marsha Warfield joins us. Yes. The crowd goes wild.
Yes.
702-221-7283 is our studio line. If you want to call in and say hi to Marsha, if you have a question, please do, or drop it in the Facebook feed, and I will share it online here. All right, so originally you are from Chicago, of course, and you were talking with Lisa outside, and actually I have a question to ask you off air, and I'll bring it up to you at the break about Chicago. It's a good question.
Okay.
It's a good question. I just need some help in Chicago, and I want to pick your brain. Where did you get your start? How did you realize comedy was your path of success for you?
Well, I was 22 years old, and I was between jobs because I had stopped working at the phone company.
Okay.
I started the phone company. I was one of those long distance and operator.
Really?
And
You were the Lily Tomlin of your phone company.
Yes, I was. And anyway, I read an article in the paper that said they were bringing an open mic to Chicago stand-up comedy was a new thing, and it was on the model of the new Comedy Store and Improv, which were all pretty much in their infancy, and that Tom Dreesen, who had just broken up with his partner Tim Reed, the first interracial comedy team ever.
Wow.
He was hosting it and doing the night, and said anybody could come in and sign up, and they would put you on. And I told a friend of mine I was going to do that. I was going to give that a shot. And then I never went.
Okay.
And so one day she came to my house and picked me up, took
You're
me
going.
out to the club, went to Tom and said, she's going on, she's funny, put her on. And so we sat there for 7 hours or so until about 2 in the morning, and Tom put me on. And
at 2 in the morning?
And he called, well, Chicago has a 4 o'clock list.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
They called, he called all the newbies virgins.
Okay, comedy virgins,
and
okay.
I went on stage and said, I'm Marsha Warfield and I'm a virgin, so please be kind. And
that was it.
That was the beginning.
But you had a sense, though, something, obviously others saw it in you, and you obviously saw in yourself that you had a knack for stand-up comedy.
Well, the two people that they had to wake up to leave and the guys that were sweeping up and the 4 comics left, they loved me. They all loved me and encouraged me to keep doing that. But no, the feeling at that time was a revelation. It was I call it a calling. It was like, and I felt like that the skies had opened up and light shone down and and the celestial choir. But that's how it felt, and I did not come down.
Okay, yeah, there's an energy for that, right?
For days.
Yeah.
I kept my mother up the whole night. I was living with my mother then, and I kept her up the whole night, and she was like, "Oh, that's adorable. Well, I'm glad you're." But they did.
Right.
So
the adrenaline, when you get that adrenaline rush, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So after that, though, how did you build from that stage first appearance on an open mic night? What was your next step?
Keep doing that, and then finding others, and then we were a fledgling, group in
Who else
Chicago
is in that
at
troupe?
that
Anybody
time.
that we would know publicly?
Oh golly, who else? I had Judy Tenuta was there, and Brad Sanders, and I'm trying to remember who all was there. Of course, Tim.
Right.
But we all tried to, James Wesley Jackson.
Okay.
We all tried to find our own venue.
Okay.
That we could, if you got a mic, let me do a show here.
Gotcha.
And I managed to get on at a at a supper club they were starting in the hood.
Okay.
And so it was called Roy Show Lounge.
Okay.
And they had a 18-piece band or something, and a regular show, and I was the house comic.
There you go.
And I made $100 a week.
Nice.
For 2 shows a night, 5 nights a week.
Wow. Wow, what was that, $5 an hour, I think? Something like that, roughly? Wow.
Well, I used to make more than that because there were 5 owners.
Gotcha.
And so they asked me if I wanted to be paid weekly or nightly, and I said nightly.
Gotcha.
So every time I would pass one of the owners, he'd say, "Have you been paid?" I'd say no, and he would give me $20. So
gave yourself a raise.
Working the system.
Yeah, I made a lot of money.
So did you, as you got more comfortable on stage doing your stand-up, did you pattern yourself after any other comedians that you follow? Who was your favorite comedian that you followed at that time in your career?
Well, comedian or
entertainer or...
See, I like the strong women performers like Eve Arden and Della Reese later on Isabel Sanford and B. Arthur that had that presence
Swagger.
and so a lot of that sarcastic kill you with a look came from that kind of stuff. But then, at that time Richard Pryor was the reigning king of the world. So
how'd you get started with Richard to become a writer for him?
I did not write for him.
Well,
I
that's
keep
what's on your
telling
bio,
people
so-
I did not write for him. I don't know who keeps.
It's on Wikipedia, but we know how accurate Wikipedia is.
But
all right, we're going to correct that. Wikipedia, correct that, would you please?
Yeah, Mr. Wiki.
Mr.
But
Mr. Wiki.
Paul Mooney one of the first people I met when I got to L.A.
Okay.
Mr. Paul Mooney, and I said, yes, sir. I was a writer and I think a producer on the show. And anyway, when Richard got the pilot, not the pilot, got picked up after the pilot, he said, I want you to come down and play a part. And he said, and he cast the whole show from the pool at the Comedy Store.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay.
And we did the first one, and it went well. And he said, we don't need to, go outside to cast it. We can cast it from right here. And he and most of us became part of an ensemble and did the whole series.
Wow. That's great. I mean, that's to be seen as a full by a guy like Pryor. Obviously, that had to make you feel good to say, okay, like you said, the calling.
Yeah.
That had to step it up multiple times.
Well, yeah. I mean, and to get a feature part where he said we had to do a scene and it was just the two of us.
Wow.
And there was no dialogue, and there was no rehearsal, and there was no direction, and they just put
everything was just ad lib.
Food down and said, "Go for it." And
wow,
that's what we did.
And that
for
was
a 23-year-old kid, that was like.
And that was the mid '70s, wasn't it? Roughly, mid to late '70s. And that's when he was really at the height of his career. Really,
that's right.
What was he like at that time offset?
He's a very shy, quiet,
really
kind of. At least in my presence, very soft-spoken,
Wow. Because you would think from what publicly perception, and again, it's public perception, it's interesting to hear the reality of non-public perception when you know somebody with working with them or behind the camera, what they're really like. And I think it's, for a lot of people, it's like almost an aha moment to hear, you know what, off camera, he was just a regular guy.
Well, he was a very supportive person. He supported, he loved the comedians, and it was very validating to have somebody like Richard Pryor talk to you as a peer, as a fellow comedian. And so
validating's a great word. I like that.
I was, it was, for me, it didn't get any better than that. And they paid me too.
And they paid you to work with somebody like Richard Pryor, and you did. That's great. I mean, to me, that's like things happening for a reason, kind of maneuver.
Well, it was a highlight, no doubt. And being at the Comedy Store and getting to go on before and after him sometimes was its own learning experience and its own milestone in memory.
Besides watching Richard at the Comedy Store, who else did you enjoy watching do their thing on stage?
Oh, I watched everybody then, but I mean, at that time you would see Letterman emceeing, and Leno would come on, and Jimmy Walker and Freddie Prinze, and the shows were just packed full of. And then Elaine Boozler came out, and
I remember Elaine.
There were just Sandra Bernhard was there. I mean, they were just
the creme de la creme of the names that you're sharing. I mean, it's crazy to think about. We look at performers today like yourself who has been successful and people enjoy listening to, but you forget to a certain extent where people have to start a career. And when you hear names like you just shared,
Mooney, Tim Reed, John Witherspoon,
oh my God,
George Wallace.
George is still in town too, isn't he?
Yes.
Here in Vegas, is he still doing a show as well?
He's at the Westgate.
Oh, okay. Because I know he used to be down on the south end of the strip for a while too. So. Very cool. All right, we're going to step aside for a bottom of the hour break. When we come back, we're going to have more with Marsha. Maybe we'll get some more anecdotes with some of her other shows and Pryor. And who knows? And you, call in 702-221-7283 or drop your question here in the Facebook feed, and we'll share it online. You're listening to Aaron's Hour, coming to you live from KSHP 1400 AM Las Vegas. Don't go anymore. There you go. I just combined words. Don't go anywhere. More with Marsha right after this.
How many times have you looked back at your staff and wished there was a better way to know how well they'll perform at their position? Over time, how much money have you wasted on the wrong hire? Guess what? There's a better way. Upside Business Solutions gives you the tools to understand how your staff will reach peak performance. Other personality assessments, such as DISC, Myers-Briggs, and StrengthsFinder, does not tell you how someone will perform. Upside Business Solutions uses the Colby assessment to identify the natural way an individual will take action. With this assessment, the candidate will have the natural ability to meet the job expectations you establish to find the best hire. Contact Vicki at 702-506-2960 to schedule a consultation. Mention Aaron's Hour and receive 15% off a Colby A assessment. When you're ready to uncover the mystery of human performance, call Vicki at 702-506-2960 to help bring out the best in your people.
Heart of Polynesia, founded in 2008, keeps the Polynesian culture alive amongst the community by introducing those traditions to all ages and backgrounds. Heart of Polynesia strives to be a full-service cultural center in Las Vegas. They host and perform luau's, cultural events, birthday parties, wedding parties, and many other private and public events. For more information, visit them on the web at www.heartofpolynesia.com or call Tusi at 702-497-4398. For a taste of Polynesian culture, call Heart of Polynesia at 702-497-4398. Mahalo. Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs. All right, welcome back. Aaron's Hour, bottom of hour number 2. Want to thank you for listening in. My featured guest today is none other than Miss Marsha Warfield, joining us here, having a lot of fun catching up and getting some behind-the-scenes stuff about her career and where she's at. We were just talking, I was asking her during the break, and sometimes the best conversations happen when the mics aren't even on. But we were talking about life on the road because we touched on that in the first hour with Lisa because of some of the folks who've passed away out of the wrestling world. I'm a wrestling geek. Danny's a wrestling geek. And so we were talking about that. And life on the road can be difficult, but it sounds like you had a routine, though, that gave you a nice balance in a way between work and coming home and weekends. You weren't in a suitcase 300 days a year like
No.
Like
but doing television was not in my wheelhouse.
Gotcha.
You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm a stand-up comedian, and
Right.
that's where my, if you ask me what I do, that's what I'll tell you.
Sure.
And so I needed to be on stage. I just have to, and just, doing 10, 15 minutes here and there wasn't enough. I wanted to work, and so I would leave the show and go
do something else.
Do another show, and then come back. And I love game shows, so I did a lot of game shows.
What was your favorite game show?
Oh, probably Password.
Password, yeah, that was a great. Were you on when Alan Funt was, or Alan Ladd was?
No, Alan Ladd. No,
Right.
not Alan Funt.
London.
But Ludden.
Betty White's husband.
Yes,
Right.
I did. I did a lot of shows with Betty. I did a lot of shows with Vicki Lawrence, and worked with Lonnie Anderson and Bird and Bird Productions and stuff like that.
So why was Password your favorite show?
I won people money.
Did you ask for a percentage?
You can't do that anymore, that darn game show scandal. But no, I like playing the games, and we used to do that on the set of Night Court.
Did you really?
We would make up words and play Password while, between setups.
Wow. So is there a show today or back then that you had to appear on that you wish you had an opportunity to appear on?
I never did Pyramid.
Okay.
You know
Michael Strahan? Maybe give him a call or get you on the new version.
Might do that.
I wish I had his number. I'd give it to you, but I don't have it, So, but all right. So
yeah,
Pyramid.
but could you make him answer?
Yeah, exactly. Hello, Michael. I'm a Giants fan. Hook me up here, will you, please? So Pyramid. I just had another question about a game show that just went out of my head, but okay. No, I know. Is right. When the air goes out of the head, you're kind of stuck.
I have the same problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I did Truth or not Truth or Consequence. What was that? To Tell the Truth.
To Tell the Truth.
With Joe Garagiola.
Oh, Joe Garagiola. But that wasn't the original version with Joe.
No.
But yeah, I remember Joe doing that one too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I watched these shows growing up. I'm not
Match Game 90. I did that.
Gene Rayburn.
No, but the 90.
Oh, the 90 one.
They brought it back a few times.
Yeah, it's on now with Alec Baldwin as the host, I think.
The Squares, I did.
Hollywood Squares. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. I mean, we're talking. We're just talking iconic game shows that you were part of that go down in history as some of the best.
Well, I was very lucky to catch the tail end of.
That's okay.
The shows like Match Game and Hollywood Squares, that had to have been totally in your wheelhouse.
Oh,
like
I loved those.
Improv and just being funny. And,
Loved those,
yeah.
and the ones where I had to guess, where we had to guess who the people they were kind of like. To tell the truth, relatively speaking, with the Burt and Burt production, there was another one that John Piner did. Then I like to be on those two.
I would love to see you make an appearance on Whose Line Is It Anyway? because that show is all ad lib, stand up comedy. I would love to see you on that. That'd be great.
Yeah. I don't know if I improv good.
You're doing a good job.
I was going to say. I mean, when listen, I would watch it in an instant. I would tape it.
I mean, imagine
DVR.
B. Arthur doing improv with anybody.
Wayne Brady.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah, but I think it would be great television. All right, Aisha Taylor, let's go. Let's get her on. Let's go, Drew Carey. Let's get her on. Whose Line Is It Anyway? Come on now. I think that would be great. I think it would be a lot of fun as a viewer. That would be great. That would be because they have people on there as their guests that leave a lot to be desired for. And I don't mean the standard 4. I mean, they have specials that come on for just a couple of the skits that they do as a special guest. But it would be, I think it would be a lot of fun to see out there with those guys mixing it up. So
I'd just like to, like I said, like to play games. So I'd jump at it.
There you go. I got a question here in our Facebook room from Barry Waxberg, who is down in Henderson. He'd like to know, how did it feel when you were nominated by the NAACP for an actor in a comedy series?
Oh, that was great. I always, I'm a kid from the South Side of Chicago, so to be in the company of these legends is like I'm just like any other fan. Like, wow,
stargazing, right?
And so to be nominated was like, wow. And I get in free. I mean, come on.
Free drinks and dinner with that too?
So cool.
That is great. That is great. Great question, Barry. Thank you for sending that in. Obviously you've received that award, and I'm sure over the years you've received many awards and nominations.
Not really, but
what are we waiting for? Let's start a campaign here.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
No, I'm sorry. All right, now Sharon, who works here for the station, sitting in studio, have you been nominated for the recent round of Best of Things in Las Vegas?
Yes, then vote. Everybody
vote. Yes.
Vote.
All right, there you go. So we're going to campaign right now. Best of Las Vegas, Marsha Warfield Show.
Right.
There you go. Let's
at
get
the
a best of.
Stratosphere at the LA Comedy Club.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Wednesdays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock.
One show each night, right?
One show.
All right.
Yes.
Very good. All right, so Best of Las Vegas. Get out there. Let's get her to win, so that maybe she'll toss us some free tickets. Who knows?
Of course.
All right, so that's good to know you're out there. So I'm definitely going to go home and stuff the ballot box. And anybody, I got 2,000 plus viewers and listeners.
Cool.
And you can vote every day, but once a day, though.
On every device.
That's right. We'll stuff it. That's right. We'll keep it a secret. Just go from every device. We won't tell anybody. So if you're within the sound of my voice, Best of Las Vegas by the Review Journal, Best Local Show, I think is the category, or Best Show in
Best
Vegas.
Comedy Show.
Best Comedy Show.
Yeah.
Look it up, Marsha Warfield Show.
If you haven't seen her show, you got your Stratosphere Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Right, at 10 o'clock.
And it's called the Marsha Warfield Experience.
Yes, and it is
an experience.
Yes, it's a little adult.
Is it?
It's a little adult.
Okay, a little blue, as they used to say in the day.
Well, blue is subjective.
Very honest.
There you go.
Straightforward, honest.
I'm a broad. That's what I want to be. I want to be a broad. I like the broads in the movies, the tough broads. Barbara Stanwyck, who would ride on her horse and not just toss her hair, but she would toss the horse. She would just turn around and it was like horse butt in your face. Ha, ha, ha. And
so you were the one that put the horse head and the Godfather in the bed there.
There you go.
That was you. There
That's
you go.
me.
Jeez, I bet you even John Wayne would run away at this point. So, oh my God, I could listen. I'd love to see it. That would be tremendous. And then, of course, when you get the award, Aaron Zauer will be there to cover it. We'll
the
get
Broad
you on
Award.
The Broad.
Say that in New York.
Yeah. I'm originally from Jersey. I'm on the outskirts. I got you. But notice you are wearing a blue blouse though today. So I don't know if that's any correlation.
With what?
With I don't know.
It went with the jeans.
With the jeans. With the Cubs. That's right.
Yeah.
So, you must have been partying pretty good when the Cubbies won a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I popped that champagne.
Are you a baseball fan? I mean,
I grew up a baseball fan. I used to take the the L.
Okay.
From the south side to the north side.
So you're a White Sox fan? You follow the White Sox?
The Cubs are on the north
Oh, that's
side.
right. The Cubs are north, and
Yeah.
that's right. I forgot who's which. I'm a Yankee fan. What do I know?
So I used to go out, but I like the park. I like it was like a cozy little living room, outdoor living room at the time.
Wrigley Field is one of the oldest stadiums still in the major leagues today. I think right up there with Boston, up that way. Any other interest in sports? You a Chicago Bears fan or Bulls?
I used to go to Laker games religiously. I would in the Showtime Lakers.
Yeah, Magic and everybody.
I was right up front.
With LeBron now becoming a Lakers player?
Well, there's hope again.
There's hope.
There's hope. But the Lakers have a tradition of people ending their careers.
Their swan song.
Didn't Wilt have a whole career before?
That's right.
Kareem had a whole career at Milwaukee. I mean,
Shaq.
They had the mailman. I mean,
Carmelo.
We have a tradition of bringing in people when everybody else is done with them.
When they're on the tail end of their careers,
But
they would say.
They go on for 10 more years.
Yeah. Well, it's Laker tradition. It's a great organization, to have that. And LeBron now can add that to his name upon opening up a at-risk elementary school back home in Ohio today. But
Oh well,
let's just write a check.
Let's
we'll
talk
open up
about
a road.
what's important, okay? What's important is the purple and gold. And,
That's right.
And the Gatorade
those
endorsements.
kids can fend for themselves.
They'll be fine.
Let's teach them how to be tough.
Send your comments to Marsha Warfield at. No, it's all perspective is the bottom line, which is great. How would you describe your show to the first time person who would want to come check it out? Seriously, I mean, obviously it's direct, it's forward, it's straight.
Have you ever seen a cartoon of somebody running with their hair on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how your audience is when they run
Pretty
out.
much. Just.
Now, how can they get tickets besides going online?
Oh, do you know what this week is?
Yes, tell me.
Do you know what this week is? It's Granny Groupie Appreciation Week.
Granny
Yay!
Groupie.
So
All right.
if you show up at my show at the LA Comedy Club, 10 o'clock, Wednesday and Thursday, and say you're a Granny Groupie, you get in free on me.
Right. Does that apply to guys too, saying it, or just women?
Just anybody.
All
Granny
right.
Groupies. I'm Granny.
All right.
You're my groupie. You could be guys, girls.
Hey, all right. There you go. So mention Granny Groupie, going to the show Wednesday or Thursday, and you get in free.
There you go.
And free is good. Free's a great value in Las Vegas.
Oh, you can drink there, too.
One drink, as long as they cut you off, right?
Yeah,
Is that
that's all you can drink.
It's top shelf all you can drink.
Is it really?
All you can
You
drink.
get a wristband and you are up there.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like $20.
Yeah.
I think I'm clearing my schedule for this week. Wednesday, Thursday night.
Great room. It's a great room.
Excellent. I definitely, my wife and I, is the comedy
And
club
free
on the
parking.
It's on the second floor.
It's on the second floor. My wife hates heights.
It's the Dragon Room now.
Okay.
But there's free parking. At
One of the rare
Strat, too.
places that still offer free parking.
Yes.
How long have you been at the Stratosphere now doing your show?
We're going into this is the second year.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Why the Stratosphere? I'm just curious. Why'd you settle there?
That's where the LA Comedy Club is.
Oh, because it was. Did you get the? There
you
go.
If they had put it in the Venetian, I'd be at the Venetian. But they put it in the Strat, so that's where.
We have a Madison Square Garden opening up soon here in Vegas.
I'm there.
Yeah,
There
we'll put you there.
We'll put you in the garden.
Put you in the garden.
That's it. There you go.
Do you? I see pictures to have friends that have gone to your show. Do you like meeting with the Granny Groupies?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I see
that's
lots of pictures with you. And
one of my favorite parts is to
friends.
go out after the show and take pictures. We like to take a crazy face photo with everybody who's still around. And we just get Skills, my two-laugh crew, Skills Hudson and Stephen Roberts, we all get together and Skills takes this crazy face selfie of everybody, and we post it online.
Nice.
And there you go.
Nice. A friend of mine is in the Facebook chat. They love the free stuff and all that stuff. And now the four of us, my wife and the two of them, we're going to come down and catch it. So
Please
we're
do.
definitely going to do that. So it would be a lot of fun. I mean, it's going to be great. We're going to have
Roz,
fun.
I'm not Roz.
No, you're Marsha
I just
there.
want to tell you, I'm not Roz.
Not Roz.
you
Don't
know?
expect Roz to make an appearance.
Nope. Roz wouldn't say much, really.
No, she was. Yeah, the character's very quiet on the show.
She wouldn't say much.
But tough and broad in her own way.
Well,
by
if
not
you just
saying
want
a
to
lot.
be stared at, just want somebody to
I want to see that show.
stand up and stare at you for 40 minutes. Yeah, that I can do that too.
There you go. That's right. Here's Roz on stage. All right, on that note, while we have
Venetian.
a Roz pose at the Venetian, right, wherever the LA
Where
Comedy
they're
Club
moving the LA Comedy Club. LA Comedy Club, LA Comedy Club,
That's
LA
right.
Comedy Club.
And you appear where?
At the LA Comedy
There you
Club.
go. I want to make sure they get a proper plug.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to step aside for our last break. Fourth quarter coming around the turn. More fun, more conversation with Marsha. This has been great. Sharon, by the way, thank you for helping make this connection. I want to give credit where credit is due for initiating the conversation.
Keep her busy.
You betcha. We're going to keep her busy. I need your agent. I need your agent.
I need my agent. If you find them, please tell them to call.
We'll get Leonard Nimoy on that in search of Marsha's agent. We'll be back.
My
with more
agent
after
called
this.
the house?
Have you recently looked outside your home at your landscaping and thought, it's almost that time of year to start cleaning up? But then reality hits you and you realize that you just don't have the time you want to work on it. Thankfully, there's a solution. Martinez Lawn Service is ready to help. Serving the Las Vegas Valley for over 15 years, Martinez Lawn Service can help you design, build, and maintain your functional landscape. From simple yard cleanup, trimming, and sprinkler repair to designing desert and water-smart landscapes for you to enjoy and entertain guests. So what are you waiting for? Visit them on their website at martinez-lawn-service.com or call them in their office today at 702-373-0643 for a free estimate to see your vision come to life. Call 702-373-0643. Martinez Lawn Service. Over 15 years of service and experience. Call today, 702-373-0643. How many times have you looked back at your staff and wished there was a better way to know how well they'll perform at their position? Over time, how much money have you wasted on the wrong hire? Guess what? There's a better way. Upside Business Solutions gives you the tools to understand how your staff will reach peak performance. Other personality assessments, such as DISC, Myers-Briggs, and StrengthsFinder, does not tell you how someone will perform. Upside Business Solutions uses the Colby assessment to identify the natural way an individual will take action. With this assessment, the candidate will have the natural ability to meet the job expectations you establish to find the best hire. Contact Vicki at 702-506-2960 to schedule a consultation. Mention Aaron's Hour and receive 15% off a Colby A assessment. When you're ready to uncover the mystery of human performance, call Vicki at 702-506-2960 to help bring out the best in your people.
Heart of Polynesia invites you to join the fun for their 10th annual Luau of the Fall on October 20th. The event will be held at the Magical Castle Banquet Hall located at 4339 Corporate Center Drive, Suite 100. There will be wonderful music, beautiful costumes, great traditional foods, and high-energy performances. Tickets are now available in advance by calling Tusi at 702-497-4398. That's 702-497-4398. Doors will open at 3 p.m. Tickets are going fast for the 10th annual Fall Luau hosted by Heart of Polynesia. Get your tickets today by calling Tusi at 702-497-4398. Mahalo.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about
If I still had an internet show, I'd be all over that. All right, welcome back.
Getting to
Once again, some of the best conversations when the mics are off. I wish I had an internet show still. Let's put it that way in order to feature Marsha on for what she just shared. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to frame this hour. Not that all my shows are terrible. None of them are terrible. I love all my guests. But this one is the best. And I'm going to frame this in my old little gold frame at home somehow when I download it to my computer. But again, I have to thank you for coming. It's been a blast.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, listen, anytime you got something you want to talk about, give me a ring.
I will.
I'd love to have you on.
I will
anytime
keep that
you
in
want
mind.
to. Seriously, anytime you want to come on. Just remember, FCC does watch and regulate this station, though, so we may have to do something. No one's watching. Hey!
I mean the FCC.
Hey!
We're not on the radar. We're not on
good.
their radar. We're
Glad you clarified that for my 20 listeners. Anyway, you've been here. We talked before. You've been here. You moved to what, 20 some odd years ago, or 2001? You said?
Yes, 2001.
Okay, so you're a native of Vegas.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Anybody who's lived here more than 5 years, I think, is a native. So, all right, rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Quick, whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
which I'm afraid of now that I think about it.
I am too.
We don't have a
Where's the
7.
dump button?
Where's the button?
You turned off the filter. Remember that. You turned off the filter.
Send your comments and messages to Aaron Phillips. Okay, here we go. You ready? Favorite all-time song?
I'll try something new by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
All right, there you go. All right, favorite all-time actor that when they're on, you have to drop everything and you watch.
Viola Davis.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's another good one.
Yep.
Favorite all-time actress?
Viola Davis.
There you go.
I usually separate them, but okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Favorite all-time movie?
That's a hard one.
I asked the tough questions on this show, Marsha, if you haven't guessed by now. Why? Why Caddyshack 2?
That's the one I made the most money on.
Oh,
but the one, my favorite movie would have to be Claudine with James Earl Jones. And,
okay, another classic. That's very good.
Diane Carroll.
Okay. Have you ever met a guy like James Earl Jones? Have you met him?
I haven't met James Earl Jones. I met Diane Carroll.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that on your bio. Who's out there that you would love to meet other than James Earl Jones, regardless of any genre anywhere that you haven't met that's on your bucket list?
Everybody. I haven't met anybody. Well, I've met a lot of people, okay? But I just, like I said, I'm such a kid. I'm such a fan. If I could, I'd walk around with one of those, remember those books you got at graduation?
Yeah, the autograph
and
books?
the autograph book. I would walk around with one of those and just sign this.
I'm going to ask you now an honest question. It's not on my list. Was Aaron Phillips on that list? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, AA is right up front.
God, I love you even more so now. Who's your favorite cartoon character growing up and why?
Snagglepuss.
Snagglepuss. I love Snagglepuss. Why Snagglepuss?
Because he was gay.
Well, all right. Ask a direct question, get a direct answer. What's your favorite genre of music that you like to listen to?
R&B, no question, hands down.
I figured that. If money were no object, what kind of car would you love to see parked in your driveway someday?
If money was no object, it would be a limo and somebody else would be driving.
It, yes.
Would Morgan Freeman be driving it?
No.
No. Who would you want as your
not
chauffeur?
Morgan Freeman.
Who would be your driver?
Oh, some.
I have a clean license,
one of the
by the way.
No, some
right?
hot chick. Just some hot chick. If she would drive, yeah, that's cool too. Jane Kennedy. I don't. I'm not the age.
You're not worried about that.
Yeah.
A woman of substance.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite leisure thing to do when it's just time for you to chill out with your family?
Oh, I veg. Nobody veges like me.
We talking naps all day?
I can own a couch like nobody's business, man.
I can see
snacks.
it now. I can see it now.
QVC.
Just Marsha's couch.
There you go.
With the body bend already in it.
There, it's fits me
right
now. And I hate it when people sit on my couch and mess up the groove.
Right. What's your favorite snack you like by the couch?
Popcorn.
Really? Yeah. Salted or unsalted?
Air popped.
Air
pop, but I put butter on it because if you don't, it tastes like styrofoam.
That's right.
That's what we ought to do. What are those round little rice cake things, right? Is that what they call them?
Rice cakes.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe they ought to have butter and salt and chocolate on them.
Yeah, they should.
What's your favorite libation to have with your snacks?
Cognac.
Really?
Well, that's my favorite libation to
that's
have
fine.
with anything. But usually when I'm having popcorn, I'm having water.
There you go. How many bottles of water a day? You know,
I drink sparkling water, so I drink
sparkling water. Sorry, let me hide my Refresh Albertsons brand over here.
I got that too. They make sparkling water.
They do. They do. All right, last question off my hot list. What's your favorite Las Vegas thing to do as a
stand up?
As a resident here, I know resident. But I mean,
stand up.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you find that leisurely even when you just do something anywhere?
I did. I was off for 20 years, so doing stand up for me is like
your
fun. I'm starting to really, really, really enjoy it.
I was gonna say you didn't enjoy this. Did you enjoy it? Are you enjoying it more now than you did maybe early on for a different reason? Why is that?
I understand what it is now, and I don't take things for granted now, and so I enjoy. It's when you realize the value of something, you cherish every bit of it.
That is so cool. I still say Sharon, she needs to write a book. I think we need to push a book.
We know a guy. We can get that made. We can make that happen.
And we could turn it into an audio book too.
Yeah.
I want one of those kids, but A and B, page 2.
Speaking of, did you ever appear on Sesame Street?
No,
on kid shows?
No, I don't think people. I'm not the first person you think of. You go, kid show, Marsha Warfield.
But you just did the A and B so well. That's
I
what
do.
made it-
I'm real good up to the third letter of the alphabet. Yeah. A, B,
and that's it. C. See you at the bank.
Oh, C. Thanks.
C.
I was.
But you see you at the
stuck
bank
for
though.
a moment. Yeah, C. Yeah.
Far.
C.
Here. Far.
C
Anyway.
is for chicken.
How much time do I have left?
Got about 3 or 4 minutes.
No, Rick, do you think Brian would skip his hour to let me keep going, Marsha?
Well, I'll block the door.
Yeah, block the door. No, Marsha will block the door. Hey, no one can say no to Marsha. I want another hour, doggone it.
Oh, the roster.
That's what the.
It would give her a chance to be abroad.
Right, be
There you go.
abroad.
Listen, you can be a broad, you can be a woman. You're a great person. I think that's really
Thank you so
what I
much.
think is important for my listeners to know. Thank you again. I mean, this has been a thrill I can't describe for me to have you sitting next to me. I'm getting emotional because right now it's my life is at a crossroads for a lot of different reasons right now. And anything positive for me right now is great. And you, I'm going to call you a friend because you've touched me today in a way I can't describe.
Well, we will hug.
Thank you so much for being
No,
with me.
seriously, we will hug.
Well, I'm going to have at least 12 dozen pictures taken right after the show. And
hugging.
8x10s hugging. Nothing
That's
what you
right.
mentioned before. I don't want to get tossed off the
Well, I'll show you that too.
Ooh. That'll bring a smile. Anyway, thank you so much for coming in. And
Thank you for
I
having
look
me.
forward to doing this again.
Okay.
You're listening to Aaron's Hour. Marsha Warfield, Lisa Vasquez, my guest this week. Thank you so much again, Sharon. Thank you for making this happen. I appreciate it. Thoughts of the day. Listen, I'm going to kind of go back to something I said in the first hour. Don't take anything for granted. Don't judge the books by the cover for what you see publicly. People have their own stories, good, bad, or indifferent. And Marsha was kind enough to share just a small glimpse of her life as what we see in the public eye. And not everybody has that kind of life, but look at a person and know that there's more going on than just what you see public-wise. And take everybody as what we are, and that's human, regardless of race, creed, color, where we come, nationality, whatever preferences. We are all people. We all bleed the same. Just make sure we understand that we're all people. And as I like to say when I close out my show, and I did this for 7 years on Vegas and Rap with Ricky Cash, and I hope he's listening today. If you are, brother, I love you very much, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. And everybody out there, thank you for watching and listening. Thank you, Diana and Catherine Natale's out there. I got a ton of people out there. Thank you so much for watching today. Be kind to each other. You know why? Because we're all we got. This is all we have. We have each other. That's about the only thing we can really count on in this world. Make it a great week. Next week on my show, I have an open hour next week if you want to come in. I only have one guest next week, so you've got nothing to do. Come on back.
All right, I'll let you know.
Andre Haynes from EMG Marketing will be my guest in studio next week. Thank you to everybody listening. If you missed anything of today's show, check it out on podcast. Aaron Phillips Hour, AaronPhillipsVoice.com. Now even I'm all turned upside down, even know my website name anymore. AaronPhillipsVoice.com. Have a great week. Thank you, Danny, as always. Thank you to everybody. Have a great week from Aaron's Hour. Next week, more fun. See ya.
All summer long, we sang a song and strolled the golden sand. Two sweethearts sang the summer wind. Like painted kites, the days and nights, they went flying by. The world was new beneath the blue umbrella sky. Then softer than a piper man, one day it called to you, and I lost you to the summer wind. The autumn wind and the winter wind have come and they have gone, and still the day, those lonely days.
It's the Vegas Bowl, Tuesday morning at 10 on AM 1400, KSHP North Las Vegas, and